Welcome back to the 2021 Oscar Cocktail Collection Special. In part 2, we're going to be reviewing and revealing the next two cocktails for our Best Picture Oscar-nominated films, Nomadland and Minari. Both films are written and directed by Asian filmmakers and take place in the Southwest and the Central South regions of the United States, but the similarities end there. So what two cocktails could be inspired by these two fascinating films? Well, stay tuned to find out. And we're back with the two cocktails for the Best Picture Oscar-nominated films, Nomadland and Minari. What? Oh my God, an Oscar for me? First and foremost, I have to thank my fans. You like me, you really like me. No, really, like me. Like this video and subscribe, please. If you're just joining us and you haven't seen part 1 of the Oscar Cocktail Special, you can click on this card right here. And now for our third Oscar-nominated cocktail, Down the Road. It's inspired by the film Nomadland, which stars Frances McDormand as Fern, a widow who's working at an Amazon fulfillment center in Nevada and is a van dweller. A co-worker introduces her to the nomad community and she travels to Arizona for a desert rendezvous organized by Bob Wells. Down the Road is a refreshingly crushable cocktail with ingredients inspired by the dive bars of the American West and is served in a whimsical beer can glass by Libby. To start, we're going to take 3 mint leaves and I'm going to put them in my mixing glass and I'm going to use a wooden muddler and I'm going to muddle the mint leaves to break them up a little bit and express their minty flavors. Next, we're going to add 1 ounce of a Blanco tequila, and I'm going to be using Avion tequila. And to that, we'll add 1 ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice. Then I'll add my ice. We'll take the contents of our mixing glass, putting it in our shaking tin, tap it on the bat, and give it a good shake. We have our tequila and lime juice with mint, nice and chilled. And in my Libby beer can glass, I filled it with shaved ice. You can also use crushed ice or regular ice cubes will do. And I'm going to strain the contents of my shaking tin over the crushed ice. And you see all those beautiful little bits of mint. And we're going to add a nice light colored beer, and I'm using a Modelo Especial. It just reminds me of enjoying Tex-Mex food out in the Southwest. Then we'll garnish with a lime wedge and a sprig of mint. Voila. And here is Down the Road. The name represents the moment in the film when Bob Wells teaches Fern that no goodbyes are final in the nomad community, and each member promises to see each other down the road. So, see you down the road. Cheers. Our fourth Oscar-nominated cocktail is called the Celery Tonic. It's inspired by the film Minari, which centers around a Korean family that moves from California to Arkansas to farm and sell Korean vegetables. Minari is also called water celery, which is an Asian herb, and the grandmother brings the seeds from Korea to plant on the farm. We're going to be serving the celery tonic in a classic 4-ounce juice glass. To start, we're going to take 2 ounces of soju, which is a Korean spirit made from rice. Next, we're going to add 1.5 ounces of fresh celery and parsley juice, and 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. Next, we're going to add some mirin, which is a naturally fermented rice cooking wine. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons. And then I'll take the contents of my mixing glass and I'm going to put it in my shaking tin and give it a good shake until it's really well chilled, because we're going to serve the celery tonic without ice. All right, that's nice and cold. So I'm going to take the contents of my shaking tin, pour it back into my mixing glass, and set it aside. Next, we're going to garnish our glass. So I have a Chinese 5-spice mix with some sea salt that we're gonna add a decorative rim. So I'm gonna take my glass with a wedge of lemon and I'm going to wipe the lemon down the side of the glass a couple of times just to moisten the edge. And then I'm gonna roll that moistened edge of the glass in my 5-spice salt rim mixture. And we have an elegant Asian-inspired garnish on our juice glass. Then we're gonna strain the contents of the mixing glass into our juice glass and garnish with a little sprig of celery. Okay, and here we have the celery tonic inspired by the film Minari. So here we have our next 2 Oscar-nominated films. We have Down the Road, inspired by the film Nomadland, and we have the celery tonic, which is inspired by the film Minari. Which would you vote for? Leave me a comment and check out the recipes and resources in the description box below. And tune in to our part 3 of the Oscar Cocktail Special, where we reveal the cocktails for the Oscar-nominated films Trial of the Chicago 7 and Judas and the Black Messiah. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification button and you'll get notified every time I post a new video. And if you haven't checked out part 1 of the Oscar Cocktail Special, you can check it out right here.